Welcome back to the PERK'S reCAP podcast. Back at it again, hitting the New York Yankees. Once again, reviewing the series with the New York Mets. Well, the Yankees are in the thick of it right now, the thick of the muck. There's real questions about how good this team really is. And that's really my focus now, is how good this team is. We've got so many hitters still batting in the low 200s. Now, the starting pitchers are faltering a bit, and the bullpen has faltered. There's no real strength right now. There's one pitcher and one hitter, and that's it. Everybody else is a weakness, pretty much. So that's where we are. Yankees lose 2 out of 3 to the Mets, and anybody who thinks that last game that they won would be a launching pad to better things, I don't see how, because this is more concerning than the other times in the past few years where they've gone through bad stretches. Because this is a bad stretch on top of a bad stretch. The bad stretches in the past have been because of the hitting, and they had a bad stretch because they couldn't hit. But right after that, making this one big, long stretch, the pitching failed. So now the hitting seems to be coming around a little bit, in terms of runs scored at least, but now the pitching can't hold up. Before, the pitching was pitching pretty well, but the hitting wasn't holding their end of the bargain. And I don't know how either one of them is going to get corrected. On top of that, they're not good on defense. They make bonehead plays in the field. It is really, really frustrating how many stupid mistakes they make on the field, on defense. On the bases, they've been better than they were last year, that's for sure. No real problems on the bases, I would say. But defensively, they're still a mess. They still got guys out of position. Jazz Chisholm is, every time he makes a play at third, you're wondering on the throw. Volpe, you're wondering on any play that he does. And the reason why they won yesterday was because they had 2 defensive plays that were double plays that were really, really well done by their 2 better defensive players, which is Bellinger and Goldschmidt. They both had nice plays, and it led to double plays that really got them out of some jams. Just to go over real quick, first game against the Mets on Friday, July 4th. Hope everybody had a good 4th of July weekend. Had some cookouts and stuff, had some good times. So a 6-5 loss. Dominguez continues his hot hitting. He's up to over 270 now. He went 2 for 4. Judge also went 2 for 4. Jazz went 2 for 4. And no one else had more than 2 hits. Dominguez, his 2 hits were both home runs. He's up to 8 now. Judge hit a home run as well with his 2 for 4. That was his 32nd. Left on base and runners in scoring position didn't matter. Dominguez also stole a base, up to 14 stolen bases now as well. So that's pretty cool. Stroman, he went 5 innings, gave up 3 runs. That's not great, obviously. That's also not going to kill you. But Hamilton came on and gave up a run. Tim Hill was good. Weaver. It's officially worry time for Weaver. A third of an inning and 2 runs again. ERA's over 3 now. It was under 1 for so long. And Scott Efros came on for an inning. The fact that Weaver's giving up runs now, and he just doesn't have any feel apparently. He's really doesn't know where it's going, has no control. So I'm just hoping he gets it back. But for right now, there's got to be concern for him because he's not pitching well at all. Since we've had him in this role last year and this year, he hasn't had stretches like this yet, and this is a bad stretch. A 12-5 loss or 12-6 loss on Saturday. Now think about it. The Yankees scored 5 runs Friday, 6 runs Saturday. So they're starting to score runs. It's just the pitching now. The only player with 2 hits on Saturday was DJ, and that was on a pitch hit. He pinch hit and then had 2 at bats. It was 2 for 2. But Jazz hit his 15th home run. Austin Wells hit a homer. Volpe hit a homer. Runners in scoring position and left on base were not bad. Rodon, he came on, took the loss. This is the second start in a row for Rodon. 5 innings, 6 earned runs, 7 total runs given up. 4 Ks, 3 walks, 5 hits. ERA now at 3.30. Yeah, just not a great outing, obviously. And when you give up 12 runs, you're not going to win. You're not going to win those games. Then Efros came on, didn't make it any better. Pitched an inning, gave up 2 runs. Then somebody named Sandridge, who I've never heard of before. I guess he was just a call-up because the Yankees bullpen has been so taxed. They are exhausted. This All-Star break is coming at a much-needed time when it does come. This Sandridge person pitched 2/3 of an inning and gave up 2 runs. And Brubaker, who's been back, pitched an inning and a third and still gave up a run. So every pitcher that pitched for the Yankees in this game gave up at least 1 run. And we get to Sunday's game, and that's the win. And again, if you think this is a win that's going to really propel them, I got to, I'll have a case of whatever you're drinking because I don't see it. They're still not playing well. Maybe this day off will help. Maybe the All-Star break will help. But this team is not championship worthy. They might not even be playoff worthy, wild card worthy, or worthy of being called good. They might be just a mediocre team. Not even good. And that's a possibility. No matter what the front office or Boone says, oh, we're a good team, just going through a bad stretch. Are you? Are you really a good team? I don't know. It's hard to see now. And why does this happen every year? So on Sunday, Goldschmidt got 2 hits. Grisham got 3 hits. Judge went 1 for 4, but he had 3 RBIs. Bellinger was 2 for 3 with a walk. And Austin Wells had 2 hits. Wells hit his 13th homer, and Judge hit his 33rd. They left 7 men on base, not terrible. I mean, it's not great, obviously, but we've seen a lot worse. Volpe stole his 10th base. Max Fried came on, and he didn't pitch great. He had the same line as Rodon, or as as Stroman. 5 innings, 3 runs. So not great, but he battled, kept them in the game. That is good, and I said that about the Stroman starters too. It's not great, but it keeps you in the game. You're not getting blown out. Loizaga comes on and gave up a run, so he still isn't really right. His ERA is approaching 4 again. Mark Leiter Jr., 2/3 of an inning, 1 walk. I don't want him on this team anymore. I'm done with Mark Leiter. and I don't understand the infatuation with him to pitch him as often as they do. He gets pitched way too often. Tim Hill comes on for an inning in the third, just gives up a hit. Devin Williams comes on for the last inning, gets the save. Fried gets the win. That's his 11th. He leads the league, I believe, with 11 wins. And the Yankees win the game 6-4. They scored 5, 6, and 6. Nah, I'm pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good. If you're scoring 5.5 to 6 runs a game, you're going to be leading the league in runs scored probably, or run average per game. But it's not. I still don't think it's really lighting the scoreboard up or anything. But it's also not getting killed. You're not losing these games 12-1, or 5-1, or 2-1. You're losing these games because your pitching now is not holding up. Now the hitting looks to be coming a little bit out of their slump. Now the pitching is in a slump, so the team is still in a slump. And now we're going out about a month. All of June, pretty much. And now we're into early July, first few games in July. This is not good. The Yankees are in trouble. And they've fallen farther behind Toronto. They're now 3 games back. Toronto's just on fire, and they're doing it with fundamental baseball. Toronto wins because of their defense and their sound base running, their hit and run. Like, they play the game like it's like 1985. They don't have a ton of stars, but they've got some. They got some guys who can put the ball over the wall. They do exactly what the Yankees don't do. The Yankees haven't done and don't subscribe to anymore. And to be honest, it's kind of why they're at where they are. So I'm down on them still. I don't think they're out of it. I hope I'm wrong. They are coming home for Seattle and the Cubs, and then the All-Star break will happen. That's on Tuesday. The 8th is the first game in Seattle. Monday, the 7th. When you're probably hearing this, they're off. So we'll see what the Seattle series holds. I'll be back for the end of that. I don't know how this gets fixed. That's the real problem I'm having with this. If it's not the hitting, it's the pitching. They both are in trouble. Both the hitting and the pitching need help. The pitching is going to get Luis Gil back, apparently, but you never know, coming off the injury, how he's going to be. Are they going to use like kid gloves with him? So you don't know if that's going to be a factor in him coming back. Is there anybody in the minors who can help them? And the lead story of all this is Clark Schmidt does need Tommy John. He is now done for this year and probably most of, if not all of 2026 as well. And all I can say is get well, speedy recovery, Clark Schmidt. And this one really hurts the Yankees big time, in a big, big way. This hurts. So they need, if I can have a wish list for the trade deadline, I would say a third baseman and then move Jazz back to second where he belongs. A bullpen piece, a good bullpen piece, and at least one starter. But I thought, in my mind, you needed a starter anyway with Schmidt there. And now that Schmidt's gone, I think you might need 2. And I don't think they're going to get those guys. That's just my opinion. I don't see them getting all of those pieces at the trade deadline. They might get one or two, sure, but if they get a pitcher, it'll probably be some retread. They're some project or retread. Uh, somebody who's really old or something like that. That they're trying to catch lightning in a bottle. Someone they can work with, because that's what they do. They do that all the time. And the same thing might be for the bullpen. They do the same. I mean, Luke Weaver was that guy. Luke Weaver was a failed starter before he became a bullpen piece for the Yankees. It was so good. So they do have a track record of success with the bullpen doing that. Not so much with the starters. We'll have to see. But that's what they need. And if they don't get all that, I can't really seriously say they're a contender. There's just too many holes. But anyway, that's going to do it. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I'll be back after the Seattle series. Until then, I will see you later.